Local Network podcast, a podcast dedicated to educating the community on the importance of shopping local. What's up, Champaign County? I hope you all are doing well, staying safe during these crazy times. I hope you all had a great holiday with your friends and family. Thank you for joining me again today. I know it's been a few weeks since we last talked. During that time, we've been hard at work figuring out how this podcast will look moving forward. What you can expect from us in 2021 is this. We plan to release about 50 episodes this year, one a week. There'll be interviews with local people, local businesses, people that you can expect to find at the grocery store, at our local restaurant. They will hopefully be relevant and have actionable advice for you or information about what's going on here in Champaign County. If you haven't already, follow us on Facebook and Instagram and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Before we get to today's episode, here's a quick word from our sponsors. This podcast is brought to you by the Mental Health and Recovery Services Board for Logan and Champaign County. Did you know that in Ohio, 5 people every day die by suicide and 1 youth dies by suicide every 33 hours? Your mental health is serious and it's important. If you or someone you know is struggling with their mental health, please reach out to the Mental Health and Recovery Services Board by visiting their website, www.mhdas.org. Again, that's www.mhdas.org. Are you a small business owner that's feeling overwhelmed by the thought of building a website? Stop wasting your time and let the team at Berry Digital Solutions handle your online presence so that you can focus on what you need to do in your business. You will get a team of local experts at your service that can handle websites, social media, email marketing, graphic design, and much, much more. Call Ryan Berry today at 937-404-1050 to get your free consultation or visit their website, berrydigitalsolutions.com. That's BERRY. digitalsolutions.com, berrydigitalsolutions.com. This podcast episode is also brought to you by champaignworks.com. Champaign Works is a community of people that is dedicated to seeing the positive in Champaign County. Visit champaignworks.com/news to stay up to date on all the great things Champaign County has to offer. Do you own a small business and have you ever felt overwhelmed by the thought of running your own social media page? I bet you've thought about abandoning or not even creating a social media page for your business. Well, did you know that in 2020, worldwide, there was 3.6 billion people, yes, you heard that right, 3.6 billion people on social media, and that number is expected to climb to 4.4 billion in 2025. Point is, you need to be on social media. Oak and Ivy is your local solution. Oak and Ivy offers coaching services to help you create an engaging and successful social media page for your business. Visit oakandivyllc.com to schedule an appointment today. That's Oak and Ivy LLC, OAKANDIVYLLC.com, oakandivyllc.com. Welcome back to the We Spin Local Network podcast. This is Adam Moore, and I am joined with our first reoccurring guest, Whitney Denson. How you doing today, Whitney?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. I just found out that you're not even in the state. You're in a different time zone, so I apologize for waking you up early where you are to do this interview. I really appreciate you joining me, though.
Well, thank you for having me back, and it is absolutely my pleasure to do this again for you.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're listening to this now and you want to learn more or listen to our first conversation, I think it was episode 4. Don't quote me on that, but it's back in October. We talked. We had a whole episode specifically geared around breast cancer awareness. So if you're interested, go back and check that out on your favorite podcast player. You can always find out. But yeah, we're here today. We're here back with Whitney, and again, super appreciative of you joining me today. World Cancer Day is on February 4th, and that's what we're here to talk about a little bit. I think this podcast will be released on February 4th, so timing worked out really well. But World Cancer Day, Whitney, what does that mean to you?
So cancer is so prevalent in all of our lives, I think, these days. And for the Cancer Association of Champaign County, cancer is every day. the fact that there is one specific day that can kind of bring awareness, even though I'm pretty certain that cancer has touched everyone one way or the other.
Yeah, it feels like you probably could pick anybody off the street and they'd have a story about somebody that they know or one of their loved ones or somebody they're close with that has been affected by some type of cancer. So it's an unfortunate world that we're living in. I agree with you. Having awareness, raising money, doing those types of things, research, it's all super important. Just give me a little bit of background. Obviously, you work for the Cancer Association of Champaign County, so you're local. You help local people. Tell me a little bit about your story. You're the patients director, is that correct, at the
Yep.
association? Tell me a little bit about how you got into that role.
My mother had a genetic disease. It's called von Hippel-Lindau. It's not directly a cancer, but some of the tumors, masses, that kind of thing can become cancerous. I myself have the disease as well. And we lost my mom February 5th of 2013. So we are coming up on 8 years. That is my driving force. So my dad, Brett Evilsizor, he was in the last podcast. He is the president, and he joined a couple years before I did. But my mom had such a giving heart, and I don't want to toot my own horn, but I have that giving heart too. And it's just important to me to help any way I can. And serving the cancer patients in the county and getting to talk to them and hear their stories and be a little bit of light for them is so important. If anyone is ever looking to make a difference somewhere, I would totally recommend finding an organization like ours to get involved with. But yeah, so I'm not exactly sure what year I joined, but I was just on the board, and then our patient services director at the time, she decided to retire. So I expressed my interest, and here we are. So I've been doing this. I think going into my third year.
Okay, perfect. Give me a little bit, like, what's a day in the life look like for you? So what does a typical day look like?
We have our own phone line. So, people can leave messages of what their needs are, that kind of thing. Reaching out to patients that might reach out to us. We also have a really great working relationship with the Cancer Center in Springfield. They send a lot of people our way, which we are so thankful that they support us and support our patients in Champaign County. So we get a lot of referrals from them. I'm talking back and forth with the ladies there. Yeah, so we work with 3 pharmacies in Champaign County, the Medicine Shop in Urbana, Kroger in Urbana, and the Happy Druggist, which used to be the Village Pharmacy in Mechanicsburg. We have really great working relationships with them as well. It's communicating with them sending us, all of the prescriptions for our patients that are related to their cancer or their treatment. And we help pay on those for our patients. Those are probably the biggest people that we work with outside of our patients. As far as the treatment bills for the patients, that pretty much gets handled through the Cancer Center. And then anything outside of that, the patients just submit their bills to us, and then we send off for those to be paid.
Okay, so you guys provide a lot of financial assistance basically for cancer patients here in Champaign County and locally.
Yes.
How do you guys raise funds to be able to provide that assistance?
As an organization, we are all volunteer driven. So any money that we bring in is going to our patients. I think it's like 99%. So that 1% is covering envelopes and letterhead and that kind of thing. So office supplies. We have several fundraisers that we do throughout the year. Of course, last year kind of hurt us with the start of COVID. So I think we were only able to get 1 or 2 done. but let me see if I can just run down here and not forget any. So in February, we do our Hearts campaign. So we have hearts throughout the community with a can. People donate, and then they get to put the heart up on the wall. And then May, we do tag days. So we stand outside of Walmart, get donations. We do a celebrity waiters. So known people through the community, they act as our servers, and we do this at the Copper Top in Urbana. So that's a really great event. We always appreciate Copper Top joining with us to do that. And not last year, but the year before, we did a summer breeze event, and that was out at the Woodruff Farms. And it was so great to have. It was an outdoor event. We had live music. We had a little live auction and dinner, drinks, that kind of thing. And it was just a really great event, and we had really great response to it. So I'm not sure that we can get back to that this year, but it would be great. I know a lot of people in the community enjoyed that. And then at the end of the year, we do the tour of homes. Basically, we have 5 or 6 people in the community open up their homes. They decorate for the holidays, and then we sell tickets for people to go through these homes and look at all of their decor and just ooh and ah over these people's houses. And that's a big hit, and everyone loves that. We have some ideas possibly to make a game plan for the year, since we can't do a lot of things in person to raise money. So Amy Jumper at the Hair Closet, she's been raffling off some baskets from local shops and that kind of thing. So that's been helping. We also, people, once they pass away, and if we've helped them or if we've made any kind of impact in their life, and their family chooses to list the CACC in, at the bottom of their obituary, to donate, that's a big part of our money coming in as well. And then we are funded through the United Way. We have to apply for that every year. That is usually a solid amount of income that we get. I'm sure I'm missing fundraisers, so you might.
That's perfect. So just, I guess, last thing before I let you get back to your trip, I don't want to take up too much of your time. If somebody were interested in learning more about your organization, the Cancer Association of Champaign County, where would they go to find more information?
They can go to our website. That is www.cancerassociationofchampaigncounty.org. You could also reach out to us via our email, and that is patientservices@cancerassociationofchampaigncounty.org. And we can always be reached by telephone. That's 937-653-3899.
Perfect. Well, yeah. That's all the time I'll take from you today, Whitney. Again, I appreciate you coming on. Our first 2-time guest. Congratulations. And,
thank you. Yay.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll have you back on in the future as well.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for having me. And we really appreciate any kind of word that gets out, is great. And we appreciate what you're doing.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate that. You have a good day.
Thank you. You too.
All right. See you. This podcast interview was brought to you by Your Hometown Techs. I'll tell you a story. A couple of years ago, I got a laptop for Christmas from my mother-in-law. And for those of you who don't know me, I have 3 young kids. My oldest is 5, my youngest is 1. And after like 8 months of having the laptop, I sat it on my end table after I was done using it. And I'm assuming that one of my kids climbed up on top of the end table, stepped on the laptop, and when the next time I went to open it up, half of the screen was black and it wasn't working. And I had not really ever had good experience with IT repair and with laptop repair in the past. So I put the laptop back in its bag and set it aside, assuming that I'd never use it again. And then I heard about Your Hometown Techs. I had heard that they were affiliated with Berry Digital Solutions, so I decided to give Sean at Your Hometown Techs a call. 2 days later, literally 2 days later, I had my laptop back in perfect working order for a fraction of the cost of a new laptop. I'm actually using that same laptop to record this podcast, to edit this podcast right now. If you ever need any help with IT, I highly recommend calling Sean at Your Hometown Techs or visiting their website, yourhometowntechs.com. yourhometowntechs.com, yourhometowntechs.com.